Hi, hello students, welcome back. Today we are going to learn new lesson that is called Working with Visual Basic Controls. Class 8, lesson number 7. Topics are going to be covered in this lesson are how to use checkbox, using radio button, combo box, fun with pictures, variables, arithmetic operators, conditional statement, if then else statement, select case statements, the select case and select structure, looping statements. First one is using checkbox. Checkbox means if you observe here, there are four options are there, like how can you come to know about this form, like friends or newspapers or website or others. You can choose any options like that. You can select two options also like friends and newspaper. In that way we are using the checkbox. Checkbox allows the user to select one or more items by checking the checkbox is concerned. When a checkbox is selected, a checkbox mark appear in the box. Any number of checkboxes can be selected at a time. The text that appears along with the checkbox is called checkbox label. You can determine whether checkbox is on by using the checked property. If checkbox is checked, the checkbox property contains the boolean value true, otherwise it contains false. That means only true or false. If you select that one, it will come check, or else false. That means no check, no tick mark will be coming. That is called checkbox. Next one is radio buttons. Radio buttons are very useful controls in Visual Basic. However, it operates differently from the checkboxes. While the checkbox works independently and allow user to select one or more items, but radio buttons are mutually exclusive, which means they are completely different. User can only select only one option from the number of choice. While in the checkboxes, user can select many options, but in the radio button, user can select only one option. So here is an example that allows the select one color from the radio button and change the background color of the form. Then I will show that example later on. You can see this small picture here, t-shirt color. Either only one color you need to select, like red or green or yellow. So I selected green and confirm it. So that is called radio buttons. Next one is combo box. A combo box is used to display the choices. When a black down pointing arrow is clicked, a drop down list of items appears. The user can select only one of these options. So let's add items in the combo box. So see here, VB is there and down some list is coming. That is called combo box. It is like combo option, multiple options it will come. From that options we will select only one. So this is called combo box. Next one is list box. A list box is similar to combo box in that you have list of items that user can select. See here what is the difference between the combo box and list box. See here we can, in this list box, it's contain the box and the items will be there inside the list box, and user can select as many as he can. That multiple options he can select from that list box. That is called list box. Yeah, see here, after opening this Windows Visual Basic, Microsoft Visual Basic, see our first topic is checkbox. Checkbox is here and drag and drop, and if you need more, just double click, it will come. So these are called checkboxes as I discussed now. See here, checkbox 1 2 3 4. Here you can write the name, like go to the properties and like for example you can write 1 2 3 4. So in these cases, we run the program. These are called checkboxes. That means we can select one or more options. Now next one is, as we discussed it here, next one is radio button, sorry. There is this R. Go to the letter R. See, radio button. So I'm deleting this. See here, same I place it here. And to see. See, now 2, 3, 4. See, when I run this program, checkbox is used to check all the items where radio buttons can select only one option. Either among those we can select only one option. So in this ways we are using these radio buttons. Next one is combo box. Let's go for the combo box. Deleting this, select all this and press delete button. See, this is combo box, and here where we need to enter, here small arrow is there, edit items, and write the enters here like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So click on OK. So now see, now when you run this program you can come to know, see which one you want to select. This is called combo box. You can select the easily. This is called combo box. Next one is list box. I'm going to show the list box is here. Yeah, here place it and enter the items, small arrow and edit items. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6. See, click on OK, and now run the program. See the difference between the list and list box. We can select inside the box, and whereas combo box we can select the drag and drop list. So these are the 4 which we had discussed: combo box, list box, radio button, and last one is checkbox. I hope you got it. Next one is picture box. Picture box is used to add an image to your form. Locate the picture control to the toolbox, and I will show the steps later. So simply picture box means we can add the images to your form. That is called picture box. You can see the example down, small image is there. See. Now next one we are going to discuss is picture box. See here, picture box is here, and place it on and make how much you want. Like it will be like background also you can place, and another edit the image, choose image. Better to choose small images. I am choosing this download and click on OK. See, now this will be fine, and I'll keep one button also. I am writing here text as. See, when I run this one, it will act like background. See, this is called picture box, and I place it the buttons. So in your form, if you keep some background images like that, we will use this picture box also to insert the images. That's why we will use picture boxes. This is called picture box. Next one is variables. Variables means it will store the area of computer's memory. It is a unique name. Each variable has the different data type, which defines the type of value it can store. To declare the variable, dim statement is needed. So for example, see here, dim number 1 as integer. That means number 1 as integer we are telling. So for dim, first name as string. So number 1 we are storing 3, and first name we are storing Prakash. Simple. In that way we can store the variable means it will store the area of the computer memory. The storage of the area where the computer memory is stored. Like see here, dim number 1 as integer means where all the numbers will be stored. First name as string means in first name we are storing the names of the persons. Next one is well-known topic to you, that is called arithmetic operators like plus symbol, addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. So these are called arithmetic operators. You might be knowing modulus and exponent. So these are called arithmetic operators. Next one is conditional statements. This is the simplest control structure which performs a certain action specified by the Visual Basic expression. If condition is true, however, when the condition is false, statement after else is executed. The general format of if then statement is if condition then VB statement, else VB statement. That means it will show if then else. If it is raining tomorrow, then we need to bring umbrella, else not required. In that cases we are using this if then else statement. Suppose one more example I am telling. If menu is available, then we will get the whatever we want. If menu is not available, we will not get the food. So in this way, in these cases if then else statements are used. So these are called conditional statements, whether condition is true or false. In that places we will use if then else. Next one is select case statement. Select case control structure basically make decision on one expression or dimension. See here. So select case preferred whether there is exist multiple conditions. Suppose multiple conditions are there. See here, select case text expression, case expression list 1, block of the one or more VB statement. So I am telling one perfect example here. See, if a student got 90 to 100 marks, then he need to get A grade. If a student got 80 to 90, 89 percentage, sorry, not marks, percentage, then he should be B graded. Case, select case. If the student got 70 to 79, then he got C cases, C grade. That means here multiple statements we are using. For multiple statements, to satisfy the multiple statements, then we will use the here select case statement. To satisfy only one or two cases, we will use conditional statements. See here now. Next one is for example, if you got first position, then it should be excellent. If you got second position, you should be very good. If it is third or fourth, then it should be good. If it is above that fifth position, then it should be better luck next time. That means multiple conditions are accepted here. In these cases we use select case. Next one is looping statement. Looping is required when we need to process something repeatedly until certain conditions met. In Visual Basic we have three types of loops. They are for next loop, the do loop, and the while and while loop. So what is this looping exactly? Looping means execute the block of statements repeatedly. For example, execute a statement 100 times. Suppose we are running a program 100 times. It is not necessary to write the statement 100 times in the program. Just instead of writing 100 times the program, we will use this looping statement. Best example is to print first 50 natural numbers. So up to starting value will be 1 and ending value will be 50. These 50 times the loop should be continue repeatedly and natural number should be coming out. So up to 100 print even numbers. So up to 100 the loop will continue and the even numbers will be coming out. So in these conditions we are using the looping statements. Next one is practice program. So and write a program to enter two numbers and find greatest value. That means let us see one example small video about this practice program. If you are having the systems, you can do practicing at your home, or else see this textbook and make the theory practice, make it practice. Those who are the systems, please practice at home. Yeah, now look at here, we are going to discuss about our first program, and see here example. Now I open VB and you write like this, example 1, and enter number and enter second number, result will be shown here, and click here to find the greatest value. Now let us run the program. I run the program and I am writing here 5 and second value. Which is greatest here? Second number is the greatest. So if I click here, the answer should come on this place, but it's not coming because I didn't write any code over there. So double click because I need to get here now. So I'm writing code here. See, if value of text box 1 dot text is greater than value text box, then that means text box 1 is greater than to text box 2, then it should come first number is greatest. Else, see, if I am using then, we should use then also. Else it should print second number is greatest. So I written it like this. Now I am writing, see, 80 I written and 90 I written. See, second number is the greatest. Now if I write 99 here, see, first number is the greatest. So in this way we can write the program. This is practice program 2. Write a program to enter start position and end position for the for loop program. Let us have a look on a small video for the for loop statement. So next one is, see here, second example is there for us. 14th one like this. See, write a program to enter start position and like that. So I already written here. See, now here we will see this. Start value, if I keep 1, then answer should come here, but it's not writing. Why? Because I didn't write the code. Now let us see, double click on this one. I'm writing here code. First of all, dim sum as integer, sum as an integer. That means sum value is a integer we are taking because it should be numbers. No, it's not this one. So for I is equal to, we are taking I value is equal to value of text box 3 dot text to value of this one. From this one, this is text box 3, this is text box 4, because 1, 2 is here, so third, fourth is here. So from value from here to here, so value from here to here, text box 4, sum is equal to sum plus I. That means sum is equal to sum plus I. Whatever the sum we are giving there, here, suppose I am giving 1. 1 plus I means here, see, 1 plus 1, how much? 2. So it should count like that. So if we give here, then after that one, when you are using for statement, it should be used with next, for next. So next, what should it come? Message box should display the data. So what should it display? Sum value should display here, because we are getting the sum value here. It is storing in the sum value. So when you run this program, so first value is 10 and last stop value is 10. So if I click on sum, if I add first 10 numbers, 55 is the result. So in this ways, if you add from 7 to 10, then 34 is the result. So in this way we can write the form. So if you want to close, I am always clicking this place. So to close, always I am clicking. So I'll keep one button over here. I'll keep it here and I will write EXIT exit. So see, if I click this one, exit button should be closed. So what is this small code is there? So application dot, here exit will be there. See, EXIT exit. So see, now run this program. So I'm writing here 5 from 50, 5 to 50. If it is at 1265 is the value. If I enter 5, if I enter 6, see, second number is the greatest. So if I click on exit, it should close. So in this way we will use these two examples. Okay students, that's all for today's class. Meet you in next class. Till then, take care and stay safe.